Okay, so now I am going to grind off all the rough, big file markings on the rasp markings on the rasp, and take all those off to get it down to be all flat and just have the little triangle indents. I'm going to do that on my grinder. Okay, so now that I got most of these ground down pretty good, I'm gonna go on my sanding belt because it's just gonna make all this perfectly straight, and it's not gonna put any deep divots in places because then it takes extra to get them out. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. You can see I ground it all down. Other than back here, you don't really have to really work with that yet. But see, what I'm gonna do later on is this circle in the back is gonna come up and it's gonna be about right. It's gonna come out to about right here, and then my blade is gonna start about right here. So this is about all the triangles I'm gonna be keeping in there. Then I might keep the little lettering just for the file look, because it looks like, I don't know, maybe a little piece of the horse, or I don't know. See how it's going out, but all these are going to be off there, other than maybe a few up here, but I don't know if I'm going to like the look of it yet, if there's like just a couple up here. So, but on this side it's just the regular file look, so that looks pretty cool. But I'm going to take all those off just like on the other side. I'm only going to keep about that much, so it's going to look about like that. So yep, that's what I did now. Okay, so now I kind of drew out where I'm going to be grinding, and I'm just going to do like most of the rough grinding with the rock wheel. So it's pretty much just rough grinding now. I mean, it's going to look more like a knife, but then after that I'm going to go on here to make nice lines. So okay, so the rough shape of this knife is done on the grinder. So now I'm pretty much in the whole rest of the process. I'm going to be using this. I'm going to go on my sanding belt again, just to bring down like the file etching, because you don't want it too like, because I ground it down, but it's still kind of deep in there. Like from the top, you can see it, like right there. I want to grind some of that down, because when I'm going at an angle, if I don't grind enough down this way, when I start going at an angle, there'll be too much left up here, and I want this part to be regular, just pure like metal, no lines, and back here to be have lines. So I'm just going to go down a little bit, but the texture's still going to be slightly there. Okay, so the sculpting portion is pretty much done. Probably going to touch it up a little bit, but I mean, it's fitting on there nicely. It ended up to be a little longer, so that's why it's not in the right place, but yeah, it's fitting in there pretty perfectly right now. So then it's gonna be a little longer, like I said. So this is just gonna be moved back a little bit, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. So I like bigger knives anyway. So, but yeah, it's looking nice. Here's the file side. So, and it's still thick on both sides. So, and now my next step is to start coming down at an angle to make it start looking like a knife. Okay, so put a piece of tape back here because now I'm going to go on my grinder and start grinding at an angle this way. And then also at the top I'm going to start grinding it to a point this way. But I'm not going to go too much on the grinder because after I'm going to go on belt sander to get the really precise lines. Because the grinder, it's like a lot thinner, it's not as accurate as what you can do on a belt sander. So okay, so this is what it looks like now. I started going down at an angle this way, like I said, and then at the top I also slowly started getting to a point, but it's obviously not a point yet or anything close to that, just like down here. But now I'm going to go on the sanding belt, which has a 50 grit belt on it, and start going at an angle this way, and then it's going to start getting its shape. Okay, so the rough shaping is almost done. In the next video I'll finish up all the rough shaping, but I got all this shaped and but in the next video I'm just going to refine everything up. But that's what it looks like now. So look forward to part 3.